Here we are again. We're just testing.
Hello.
We're going to show you number 3.
Why are you trying to save a dead joke?
Hey guys, it's Grant Carter.
And I'm Paul Carter. It's January 12th, 2017.
And welcome back to another video of Do You Know What to Do. Now as you see, we have this mess right here. It's jute webbing and some of the webbing came undone.
Right.
What exactly are we going to do with this one?
We're going to show you how you can simply just go right over top of this. This is done in the industry, so it's not something that we're rigging up. When the spring ties are still intact, and they are underneath here, I examined it, it's fine. We don't need to take this whole thing apart.
So the spring tie is up against the platform.
Up against the platform is perfectly fine, still intact. It's the only thing that broke were the ones in the front and the webbing I let go here.
All right.
And that's it. And what happens is over time it gets dry rotted.
Oh, well, you got a little dry rot here, boss. That's okay. Everybody's got it.
And it lets go. It just rips like many things in life. Yeah, it's a natural plant. Jute.
Nothing lasts forever.
No, it doesn't. And we're going to explain to you your options when it comes to jute later on in just a moment. And you can fix this very easily for around $40 to $60 because of the supplies and the tool that you're going to have to buy to get the job done.
By the way, we're going to put the tools in the description below where you can buy them, about how much they are.
So if you got this problem, keep watching.
Oh yeah.
Now, the important thing is to get all your supplies first. So
Right.
what you're going to need first is jute webbing. Okay, and if you buy the jute, get the red stripe. Okay, because
There's different colors.
There's
and
different colors.
They're used for different kinds of work. So
Applications.
bags. Right.
Right. So the black stripe is for the backs. Okay, and that's not strong enough. The red is to support the weight of a person, of course. Okay, so get the jute webbing. You can also get synthetic, which is made of poly, and it will not rot. This will rot, but it's going to take 20 years for this thing to rot. Trust me. This is old here, very old. So it's not as if this is inferior. This is what they originally started with, and I like it.
Yeah, it worked well.
Synthetic's a little bit more money too, by the way, and you're going to be fine if you use this. So you're going to need a roll of this. I don't know if you're going to get it by, don't get it by the feet because you might get your numbers wrong and then you don't have enough. Just buy a roll of this.
Okay.
Okay.
And also we're going to need some tacks to tack that down. So you can get tacks or you can use staples, and we're going to talk about that, about the length as well.
Yeah, we use staples here. Everyone does that nowadays pretty much. 9/16 fine wire, but you're not going to have a pneumatic gun most likely. But if you have one of those manual ones, just get the longest staple you can get. Like I said, these are 9/16 inch.
Right.
Okay, so get as long as you can. If you don't have a stapler, don't even buy it. Just buy the tacks here. I'm sure you have a hammer. You don't need a tack hammer.
Right. Tack hammer has a magnetic tip that holds the tack on.
Right.
As we showed in an earlier video one time. It helps you just set the tack and then you can flip it over and start hammering. But it's not really that necessary. You have fingers. You can use pliers if you want.
Yeah, just
hammer
put it in there like that and then get it started, and then I'm going to show you how to do that, okay?
Right.
And the tacks, when you buy the webbing tacks, do 14 or 16. Number 14 or 16 webbing tacks. Get a little bag of those, okay?
We'll have description, inside the description we're going to have links to all these items where you can buy it and stuff like that.
The next thing is spring, twine, ruby, Italian, okay? Spring, twine, ruby, Italian. That's only if you have broken twine.
Sounds exotic.
On your spring, yeah, right, like a Ferrari, right? But the situation here, only the front was broken, okay? And this happens a lot. And what we're going to show you going over top is standard industry. A lot of people do it. It's a lot cheaper, and it can be even cheaper, and you don't even have to take it somewhere to have it done or pay for a pickup and delivery if you do it yourself.
Correct. And all you have to look for is just to make sure there's ties or the twine all throughout this spring system, and it's against the platform, and that's really what you need to look for, is if the twine against the platform is broken. Because if it's on the springs, because if it's broken, then that is a lot bigger job, and it will probably take a professional to do that.
Yeah.
There's 8-way tying, there's 4-way tying, it gets too confusing. So if this is just if the front broke or the back broke or
Minor repairs.
minor repairs.
Nothing. This is not a
Right.
rebuild at all. This is just so you can keep going with your sofa. Because don't throw this thing in the trash
No.
over something so simple as this. But you can't use it when it's like this. So I would understand why you would. But there is an option, and we're about to show it to you.
Correct.
So the other thing you need. This is going to be the most expensive, most likely, and hopefully you could
Use it for
get
other
it cheap.
things.
Yeah, but I don't know what. That's the problem. But nonetheless, this is my dad's old one. This thing is so old. This is called a gooseneck for obvious reasons. Okay, it looks like the head of a goose. And
It's not.
I like this one
Disclaimer.
better. I like this one a lot better. This is about $20 depending on where you find it. You can maybe even find it used if you went on eBay because I don't know what you're going to use with it after this job's done.
There's another style that, if I'm correct,
There is a different
where
style.
this part where the prongs are will be on the other side, and you just run the jute over top. And honestly, I don't really like that one that much because it seems to waste more jute
Yeah, it does.
than this one does because it's closer to the actual application where you're going to be shooting your staples, and you'll see what I'm talking about soon.
Now here's a quick idea. Take a 2x4. I just thought about this moments ago. Okay, just like that.
Just like that.
Take a
Genius.
2x4. Yeah, right. And put some padding here. Okay, of some kind. Put it against where you need the webbing to be done. Okay. And what you could do is take your webbing. Once you staple, we're going to show you. You staple in the back. Roll this thing over. Okay. And try to, or actually, I'm sorry. I'm making it up as I'm going. You could, the 2x4 is the widthwise is here, so we'll say this is the 2x4, okay? Get your jute webbing to lay over top of it, and then if you're using a staple 1 or 2 in there, okay? And then give yourself enough slack, then you can pull down. I hope that helps in some way. So then all you need is a little 2x4, and staple it on the back side as if there was prongs coming out, and then just pull it down like this, and then do your work. I'll show you what I'm talking about in just a minute.
Right.
That's an option. Either that, just buy it and give it away as a gift for somebody. I don't know what. Here, so beautiful.
Who are interested in gooseneck looking tools.
Yeah, put little eyeballs on that.
That's funny.
Okay. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over here and I'm going to show you how to do a quick tie on a spring. I already got this one ready, and I'm going to demonstrate on this one right here.
All right. So we're gonna get back to you with that, and let's get going.
Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is tie this spring down to the front rail. Okay. So cut out the length of twine you need, if you need it at all. Cut it inside the spring like this. Grab this end, make a loop.
Okay.
It's a slip knot. Put that across like that. Give yourself enough tail here. It's so important on the loop here. Let me pick that back up. Make sure it's kind of long right here. Okay. I made it even longer. And go around like this and like that, and then up through the loop like this. Hold both of the strings, 1, 2 is what I'm talking about, and then pull it down toward there. That's it. That's all you do. Now you can tie this too if you like. Certainly wouldn't hurt, but a great idea. All right, and that's it. Now what we do here for the fast and easy, and I'm going to show you in a little bit, is a stapler. But if you use a staple, don't press down. Well, you're not going to have a problem with a hand one, but this thing will cut this twine if you press down too hard with the nose of the stapler. All right, so let's say you're going to use, say, Paul, I don't want to use a staple. I'm going to use a tack. Just put the tack in the center of the rail, okay? Get it started. I've used tacks. Okay, it's established in there. You're going to pull this down just a little bit like this. And what I like to do is go underneath the twine here, because when I nail that down, it's going to pinch it. Okay? You can put in, you probably should put a knot in there. Sometimes it can get kind of tricky because it tries to come undone on you. Like that. That should be okay. And then nail it down. Now let's show you how to do it if you're using a stapler. Just simply pull this down like this, shoot in the middle there, like that. Go up here, make a V, come back down here, maybe
Make an N.
yeah, make an N, and then a W, okay? And you're good to go. It's not going to go anywhere, okay? So, the most important thing to do is do not take off this webbing, because if you do, you will have a mess. It's being held in, the springs are, by the jute, and it's because of the ones going across this direction. These obviously are useless, so these aren't doing any good. So you don't need to take all these off, okay? You could take these out if you want, because they are, like I said, useless. In fact, maybe we'll do that, okay? We'll pull these back like that, and I'll go on the other side and cut these off. And we'll start to putting in the new jute.
All right.
All right, we'll show you how to do that.
Sounds good. Okay, so we took all the webbing that's going from the back to the front out, so it's out of our way. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to be cutting a strip for the middle as they have right here. All you need to do is take your jute webbing, run it between the two legs, find the mark, and can I have a scissors real quick?
Right here somewhere.
All right, thank you. Make a little mark right there, snip it, fold it, cut it, and then fold it over and staple on top. But we're going to get to that in a second. Now what we're also going to do is we're going to run the webbing across the length of the sofa. We're going to do that first, then we're going to show you with the gooseneck how to weave the rest of the webbing in. Alright, so we're going to get started on that.
Okay, so here we are, almost finished with the ones going left to right, or the width-wise. And we're going to do the last one. What we did is take the webbing here, jute webbing.
I got that.
And we stapled first in the center here.
And make sure that you have enough excess for your gooseneck or whatever apparatus you're using. Because if you don't leave enough and you're stapling in the middle,
You got to take it off.
you got to take it off and move it.
Yeah, yep, exactly. Good point. So just put like maybe 6 staples here to hold this down. Okay.
Let me grab the
Grant's gonna pull down on here.
Alright, and we'll show you how to use this with the other webbing that we're going to weave. Alright, now we're going to pull down
Yeah, that's good.
right there.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, then fold it back over, if I may.
And don't staple close to the edge of the rail, because you're going to we're going to put on a dust cover on this thing, and you're going to see it if it's too close. So you get to put your dust cover in front of the webbing, and you can't see it.
Alright. Alright, and then once when you fold it over, then you cut it. I've made the mistake before where you cut it too soon, and then you're trying to fold it over, you don't have enough, and
No, well done.
it doesn't work that well. So staple, staple, fold over, staple, staple, then cut. It's pretty simple.
All right, so now we're going to put down this center piece here.
Alright.
We're going to staple right over top of that. Just fold it in half, put it right down the middle.
Wait first. Right there.
Okay. Let me stop. Let me cut this thing first.
All right.
I'll get a little shorter. Okay.
Let's work that.
Now I'm going to grab the webbing stretcher and do this side, and then we'll get back to you and show you how to do the fronts.
Right.
Okay, we're all finished. We've gotten this far, and we stopped to show you the rest. Okay, as you already know, we've gotten the left and right done as far as the webbing, and now we've done the back to the front to this point. It's very simple. All you do is weave it in and out. Copy what they did. So this one went in under, over this webbing, under this webbing, and over that webbing.
And it alternates with each one, so
Right.
you reverse it.
Right. You can make them a little tighter if you want. I kind of like it tighter, but it's really not necessary. So I just copied what they did. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is take our webbing. We're going to go underneath, because this one's over top, and then over top, then underneath. And the webbing, by the way, sits on top of the springs, but that's also why I like making them really tight, because then I don't have to worry about that. I just make it one big blanket
That's right.
type of thing. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and staple the back. Came in this direction. That looks good. Try to keep it as straight as you can. Shoot in the middle of the rail about 4 or 5 times. Fold it down to where the staples are 4 to 5 times.
That's right.
Now the gooseneck, what we were talking to you earlier about, or the webbing stretcher, this one is the gooseneck. Put it underneath here is the paddings against the nice show wood. And you hook it into those spikes there and pull down. Try to make it as as even as you can.
Gives you great leverage, obviously.
It does, and this one will get pulled down like that when I do that side there. Yeah, it is very easy. It's easy to operate with one person. So.
Now, if you were to do tacks, you just do the exact same thing that you're doing with the staples. Just replace them with tacks.
Same thing.
4 or 5.
4 to 5. It's
Tacks.
usually 4 with tacks. So.
Yeah, because tack heads are quite big. You don't want to hit another tack head when you're doing the second layer.
You can alternate it too. Some people like to do that. They do this and kind of like that, and then this one over here. I don't always do that.
It's a lot of fancy wrist things.
I mean, it good gives you good tension and different or strength in different areas. So we just completed that one, and we're gonna do the exact same thing to this one, but this one's gonna go over top instead.
Yeah, and also we got something kind of fun to show you. We did make this. He did a great job, and there's a timer for something. He did a great job of making the padding, and we're going to show you that in the next segment.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so I secured that in the back for the last one, but before we move on to our makeshift stretcher, webbing stretcher, we want to give you a word of caution. If you're working your platform, you could have a very sharp piece of what's called a clinch it that holds the spring, hourglass springs to the webbing.
Right, it's one of the attachment apparatus or whatever.
Right, and this is it. This is how they do it. This is an old timer one here, and this little point that's coming up there pushes. You work from the inside of the platform. You put your springs in your positions, and it's really fast because years ago they used to hand sew the springs down to the webbing. So we got a little close up of there, and they're extremely sharp. So my point in telling you is when you're weaving in and out your webbing. You have to, and I've done it several times, you have to get up underneath here and you got to go so slow because this little clinch it here, let me put it inside here, like I said, they work from the inside and the prongs are coming out from the bottom. Okay, so let me see, I don't know if I can do this here real quick. I've never done it without any resistance here. Right, so I'm on the inside now. The wire of the spring goes in here, so you just imagine a circle there. A little bit of pressure, and this is not doing a good job because I need more pressure. But you get the point.
Right, it closes it over.
Right, it pinches it down just like that, but it don't always go down.
That's right.
And then this thing's sticking up just a little bit. Man, that thing is sharp.
It is.
So please be careful if you're doing that.
Definitely.
So look at that. I just touched it and cut myself.
First injury.
So I gotta quit. This is too bad.
That's right.
No, but if you do have that problem, sometimes pets will get up underneath there. Kids like to play underneath there.
We had one client just recently that had the same problem.
Like a month ago or two.
Right. Her little 2-year-old or so wanted to go underneath the sofa, and he has many times. He was even ripping down the dust cover, and that's what we had to repair.
Yeah, busy kid.
Busy kid. Very busy kid.
Right.
But
so what you do?
Right. If you have that problem, if you want to protect your kid or your pet, is you take a Dacron, 3/4 inch Dacron or 1/4 inch Dacron. Batting and lay it over top the whole bottom of your sofa, and then put on your dust cover. Gives a little extra cushion, and
it really solves the problem. It's really smooth.
Right.
So we don't have that problem here, but just to be cautious, if you're going and you cut your hand up, that's terrible.
Right.
All right, let's see if this apparatus works.
Okay.
Because if it does, you save another $20 doing this yourself.
All right. So you take this, and you hold it right there, and if I may, you get set up.
You might need 2 people if you're using Tacks or something.
Right. Now I did that as a stay staple, as we already mentioned before in other videos, so it's not really. Okay, it didn't stay. 1 second.
Then you do your palm of your hand down at the bottom.
There we go. And that's it. Look
All
at
right, look at that.
That's
that
perfect.
does work.
And all you gotta do.
This whole time I wasted my money.
Yeah.
Actually,
What was that? 7 years down the drain.
that was my dad's anyhow.
All right.
That's awesome now.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Cut it off, and then
Just take your scissors like you normally would, cut it off, we'll staple over top. Did you get 3 or 4 or 5 in there?
I got 3, 4.
I'm gonna put one right there. Okay,
5.
fold it back up.
All right.
Like that. And I think the scissors are to your left, I think. Well, here's some. We'll cut that off. So that does work. So that'll save you another $20.
Right.
That helps.
Not bad.
Just to get this thing done and keep it out of the landfill.
And that's that. So simple.
Yeah.
So simple.
So there you go. Look at it. It's really smooth. Now I would never be doing this just for a repeat if there's clinches in there. So don't do that. All right. Look at it. Look looking good.
All right, so we're done. All we gotta do really is put on some desk cover.
Right. We're gonna take. You can use any fabric you want. It doesn't make a difference.
Yeah,
You know?
muslin.
I've actually seen burlap. I like it. I think it looks nice. It looks old fashioned and
So sexy.
yeah, very artistic, if you will. I guess is the right word. But anyhow, cut it to length. We're going to be right back with you. We're gonna get this on and then
Eat some lunch.
yeah, let's get out of here.
All right.
It's empty. I would never do that. Not in 1,000 years.
He would.
No, I wouldn't.
He would.
I took the staples out a while ago. I finished this up. So when you put on the dust cover, just simply start from the middle and work your way out to the ends. Fold it over and staple on top, of course, and then just cut around the legs and make it as neat as you possibly can.
Was that because I took the last scoop of ice cream?
So basically, you know what to do when it comes to making your webbing better.
Yeah, and gets you
Well,
off the
fixing it.
floor.
Maybe. Sorry.
So,
Yeah, get your webbing off the floor,
and you.
back on the frame. Right. So basically, this is what a professional would do. You can save yourself a lot of money, and that's always our goal. We're just trying to get as much information to you for a problem that we know you can take care of.
And cheaply as well.
Right, exactly. So saved you a little bit more money on that gooseneck or webbing stretcher, whatever one you were going to buy. You can just use that 2x4. It worked pretty well.
It did. All right. So,
So I know what to do in a pinch if that one ever breaks.
that's true. Yeah,
Which I don't think it will. So look, if you liked us, give us a thumbs up.
please.
And if you haven't already, please subscribe.
And also don't forget to tell a friend, because if you like it, they might like it as well.
Yeah.
And don't forget to comment and ask any questions, because it really does help us with Save My Assets. So we can have more of those videos, a little more fun.
We're going to try to answer your questions in a video. It just makes it so much easier to gather a whole bunch, or at least common ones that are coming in. But please be patient. We try to get back to everybody, but obviously we have a job, a business that we got to take care of, and we can't get back to everybody all the time. So we do try, though.
We do try,
And we love you guys, and we appreciate it.
definitely.
All right.
So now you know.
What to do.
Thanks for watching.
See you next time.